wonderful family, you are welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for everything you have done here on this channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I deeply appreciate your effort here on my channel. You guys are too much here on this channel. If today is your first time of seeing me, you are watching my video for the first time, you are welcome to this family. Here on this channel, we cut and sew. So this is what we do here. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to make a sleeveless jacket with bishop collar. So this is what I'm going to be making today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't by clicking the subscribe button below and then put on the notification bell. The bell beside the subscribe button is the notification bell. It's going to notify you whenever I want to upload my new videos. Without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So guys, this is material we are using for the jacket we are making for today's tutorial. The back measurement for today's tutorial is 15 inches. Half length is 16 inches and the hip is 37 inches. The length is 42 inches. Okay, so the waist measurement is 29 inches. So guys, I will start by measuring the back measurement. 15 inches divided by 2 is going to give us 7.5, and I'm going to place it this way. This is my 7.5. I hope you can see this chalk very well. All right. So from there, I'm going to mark the shoulder slanting. So I want to mark 1 inch for the shoulder slanting, and then from this shoulder slanting I'm going to mark the 7.5. Our armhole for today's tutorial is 7.5. So this is 7.5. Then I'm going to mark 16 inches for the 15 inches for the half length. Our half length is 15 inches. And then I'm going to get a hip point. Hip point, I'm going to measure 8 inches below the half length line to get the hip point. And this is what I'm doing. 8 inches. I hope you saw this marking. So guys, I'm going to connect the armhole line to the shoulder slanting. So I'm connecting the armhole line to the shoulder slanting. Then I'm going to place the measurement. The bust measurement, like I said, is 34 inches. So 34 divided by 2 is going to give me, so it's 8.5. 34 divided by 4 is giving me 8.5. And this is my 8.5. Then I'm going to add 1 inch, 1.5 for joining allowance. So for the half length, we are going to get the waist measurement on this line. So the waist measurement is 29 inches. Divided into 4 is going to give me 7 1/4. So this is my 7 1/4. This is my 7 1/4, and then I'm adding 1.5 again. This is my 1.5. So this is the hip point. These are hip points. So we have 37 inches for the hip. Divided into 4 is going to give me 9.25. 9 1/4. So I'm going to place 9.25 right here. This is my 9.25. And then I'm going to add 1.5 for joining allowance. You can add your desired allowance. So 9.5 is fine by me for today's tutorial. So guys, we have 42 inches for the length of the dress we are making. Then I want to add 1 inch, making 43. So I'm going to mark from 43. I'm marking 43 here. This is my 43 for joining allowance. So guys, I'm going to connect I'm connecting bust measurement to the waist measurement to the hip and to the length of the dress. Then to my hip, I'm connecting to the hip. So I hope you saw it. So now I'm going to, I forgot to curve my hammer. So I'm going to place my curve ruler to do this. I believe you all know how to curve the hammer. That you are going to divide your hammer line by 2. I hope you saw it. So this is our back panel. Okay, so guys, I placed the back panel on the mini fabric to bring the front panel out. As you can see, there's no zipper allowance, there's no allowance, no. This is jacket. So I'm going to cut the same measurement for both front and back. So these are both front. So I want to mark the wideness of the neck. I'm going to create the depth and the width of the neck. So I'm going to mark 3 inches right here. This is 3 inches. Then for the back panel, I'm going to mark 1 inch. I'm marking 1 inch for the back panel. And then I'm going to mark 2 inches for the front panel. So this is it. This is front panel and this is back panel. I hope you saw it. So I'll go ahead and cut the back panel neck depth before I cut the front panel. So this is what I want to do right here. So once I've done this, I'm going to separate back panel from the front panel. So this will be our front panel. This is going to be our front panel. Then I will cut this. I will cut it from the neck depth to the down part. You know, this is jacket. So I will first cut the neck depth. Then I'm going to cut from here to the down part. Guys, this is what we have for the 2 panels we have at the front panel, and this is our back panel. So this one is our back panel right here. So I'm going to cut facing, so to pipe this opening part. Okay, so there's no button there, there's no zip, there's no button, so it's just like this. So I'm going to cut facing for both, and then to the armhole I'm going to cut the facing and the other. So guys, I want to cut the facing for the front panel, so I'll go ahead and mark 1.5 from here. So this is my 1.5. So I'm going to mark it from here to the length of the jacket. So this is what I have. I will go ahead and cut it into two. You know, we have two panels. So one will be for this panel and one for this one. So I'm going to cut it into two. So this is the wrong side and this is the right side. So I'm going to place right side on wrong side because I want the folding to come outside. I want it outside this way. So I want the folding like this. So if you want your own folding to be in inner part, you are going to place right on right side and on right side, and then you are turning it like this and then sew like that. But I want my own to be outside. I want the folding to come outside. That's why I place right and wrong sides together. And this is what I will be doing. I'm going to use my pin to hold it down when I'm sewing. So I use my pin to hold it down, and then I'm going to run a stitch from here to the length of the jacket, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other panel. Then after that, once I've done that, I'm going to add the interfacing here and to the other panel. Then I'm going to turn it like I said. You know, this right side is coming out. Okay, so I want to cut facing for the armhole since it's not going to have sleeve. So I folded my material like this, and then I place the armhole part of the jacket you are making on it this way. And I will go ahead and mark it before I cut. Then here I have 1.5. I have 1.5. So this is this is what I'll be using to pipe the armhole. 1.5 is what I'll be using. So this is what I'm going to mark. I hope you saw it. So this is what I'm going to cut right here. So I'm just cut like this. So I'm cutting the shape I had for the armhole. Then I'm going to cut this into two. Cutting this one into two. So these are the facing I cut for the armhole. So I'm going to place this. I'm placing this one like this and the other one like this. I hope you saw it. So I'll run a stitch from the shoulder line to the armhole, and I'm going to do the same thing from the shoulder line to the armhole. And this is what I'm going to do for the front panel. Okay, so I'm going to my machine now and start joining. So I'm going to join like so. So guys, I already joined the facing for the front panel and the armhole. So this is our front panel. So I used my interfacing. So this is it. This is how it looks like, and this is the armhole, and this is the other armhole. This is the front panel, and here is our back panel, placing on the front panel this way. So what I'm going to do now is to just use the pin to hold this one together from the neckline to the length of the jacket, and then I'm going to place this one to achieve the correct side seam. So this is what I want to do, and then once I've done that, I'm going to take the measurement. I'm going to take the measurement of the neck measurement from the, I'm going to use 0.5 to join this side and 0.5 to join this other part. Then I'm going to measure the remaining allowance to cut the bishop corner we want to use for the jacket. Alright guys, I'm going to use 0.5 to join both shoulder, and then I'm going to do the side seam right here. So we have 15 inches for the back measurement. So to confirm, I want to measure it for you to know. I hope you can see 15 inches. Okay, so the bust measured 34 inches. So 34 divided by 2 is going to give us 17 inches. So I have 3 inches left. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to share the remaining measurements, remaining allowance, sorry. So here I'm going to mark. So I have 18 inches for the half of the bust measurement, which is 34 inches. Then I am left with 3 inches. Then I'm going to mark 1.5 here. So here is my 1.5. I'm marking 1.5 like so, and then I will do the same thing to the other side right here, 1.5, and then the waistline is 15 inches. So I will mark 15 inches, 15.5. Since I'm still going to take 0.5, I'm going to use 0.5 to close up the shoulder. So 15.5. This is my 15.5. Then I have 29 inches for the waist measurement. So 15.5 for the waist measurement from the shoulder, because I want to use 0.5 to close the shoulder up. So I marked 15.5. I hope you saw 15.5 here. Then the waist measurement is 29 inches divided into 2 is going to give me 14.5, and here I have 16.5. So that shows I'll be marking 1/4 from the both sides. 1.5, sorry, 1/4, and here too I'm marking 1.25. Then for the hip, so this is my hip point. So we have 37 inches for the hip, divided into 2 is going to give us 18.5. And here with me I have 21.5. So I'm going to share the remaining allowance to the both sides. So we have 1.5 for the hip allowance. I hope you saw my marking. So then I'm going to join the side seam. So I'm joining like this, and then I'm taking it to the down part, just like this. Then I'm going to do the same thing to this side. So this is what I have. So I'll go ahead and join this side and the other side. Then I'm going to use 0.5 I told you to join both shoulder together. Thank you for being there, guys. This is what I have. I'm done with joining of both sides together, including the shoulder, including the two shoulders. So once I've done that, I'm going to take my tape measure and then I'm going to measure the neck round, starting from this point. Then I'm going to measure it round. I'm measuring it like this to get the bishop collar. You are going to measure the round of your neck. I'm trying to place the tape measure very well. So I'm having 17 inches. As you can see, I'm having 17 inches for the round of my neck. And this is what I'm going to use to cut the bishop collar I want to cut. So I want to cut the collar. So we have 17 inches for the length we are looking for. And here with me, here I have 18 inches. You know, we are going to sew both sides together. So that's why I included 1 inch, making 18 inches. And the wideness should be 1.5. So that shows we are going to fold 3 inches. Or 3.5, you know, we are going to cut, we are going to sew this part. So I'll go ahead and fold 2 inches instead of 1.5. So this is our 2 inches. So 2 inches. So I'm going to cut these 2 inches right here. I'm cutting it. So we have 2 inches right here. So I'm going to fold it this way. I'm folding it to cuff it. So from this edge, I'm going to cuff it with quarter and inch here. I'm marking quarter and inch from here. Or I want to mark 0.5. This is my 0.5. This is my 0.5 here. So I'm connecting this to this 0.5. Just make a curve. Like this. So I'll just cut it like so. So guys, this is how it's going to look like. You know, I curved it this side. If you don't want this curved shape, if you want straight shape, so there's no need of cutting or cuffing your hand when you want to cuff it. Just leave it like that. But I prefer this shape. That's why I did it like this, and I believe you liked it. So guys, I'm going to add my interfacing on it, and then I use my iron to give it a good press before I join it to the neck. All right guys, we have come to the end of it all, and I'm very sure you like this jacket. In less than 30 minutes you are done with it. I'm sure you are going to make your own. So this is very beautiful and simple to make. If you are here to subscribe to my channel, please click the subscribe button below and then turn on the notification bell to get you an update as I will be uploading my new videos. I love you. Thank you.